material. Well, you're from England. Well, unlike England, we live in a very wet country. Wooden shoes keep your feet warm. They keep your feet dry, offering good protection. They are very strong. They are good safety shoes. So nowadays, they're still worn by farmers, factory laborers, in the garden, on the campings. We still produce about 1.5 million pairs every year. In the earlier days, we used to make our wooden shoes entirely by hand, using a big knife, cut the entire outside shape of the shoe, cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. And for the inside, we had various of these spoon scoops. Making a pair by hand took at least 3 hours. Well, nowadays, they're made with machines in 5 minutes. In the earlier days, a wooden shoemaker got only 5 cents for 1 pair of wooden shoes. So if he wanted to make a good living, he had to make 5 pairs a day. 15 hours a day, 6 days a week. The 7th day was the day that he went to the church. Well, nowadays, 5 minutes, I can make 200 pairs a day. Yeah, I work from 9 till 5, 5 days a week, and I get more than 5 cents for 1 pair of wooden shoes, so I'm a very lucky guy nowadays. Well, the type of wood that is used to make wooden shoes with is poplar wood, Canadian poplar wood. Fast growing wood, and when it grows, it absorbs a lot of water from the soil, 700 liters of water a day. And that makes it so easy to cut for the knives. Different wooden shoes from the past, like the big Wellington boots in there. They were used before we had rubber boots made out of leather and wood. Wooden shoes for the horses in the swampy areas for the horses. Wooden shoes for the Dutch football team. Just kidding. These were for the fishermen. If they were fishing in a hole in the ice in the winter, they wore these wooden shoes. And if they had to repair their netting, they could pull them tight over the nose of the shoe. Yeah, and then they had 2 nuts free to do the repairing job. Wooden shoes for the wedding. If a boy was in love with a girl and he wanted to get married, he would carve a pair like these, which would take about 60 hours. Yeah? When he was ready with his carving, he would go to the house of his future bride with the wooden shoes under his arm, and he would ask her, "Will you marry me?" Presenting her these wooden shoes, which she was going to wear them on the wedding day. If she said yes, the last thing he would do was to carve her name in here. And then she would wear them on the wedding day. And then if that would go wrong with the girl one day, he would ask the shoes back. Yeah. Take a piece of sandpaper. Okay. So if you would see a girl walking with very thin wooden shoes, you would know that the guy already had some girls before. Yeah? And if they did get married, this is very annoying. If they did get married, after a few years he would regret that he had given her this pair of wooden shoes, because if he came drunk home one night, she would not really have wooden shoe. Last but not least, we got these shoes here, and those were meant for the smugglers. Smugglers. In the early part of the last century, there was a lot of smuggling going on. The border of Belgium and the Netherlands. We used to smuggle butter and cigarettes from Belgium. And of course, we didn't want to get caught by the Belgian police. So what did we do? We made a pair of wooden shoes and we turned the footprint upside down. Nose under the heel under the nose. So if a Dutch smuggler walked in this direction, the Belgian police would think he had walked the other way. So it's very clever. But we always like to tease Belgian people. I don't know why. But well, some action now. This machine is going to make the outside shape of the wooden shoe. The machine is 90 years old and works in the same way as duplicating a key. We call it a pantograph. 3 knives in here will turn around fast. This part feels of the sample, and that way we make an exact copy of the sample. And then we get it out of here, we put it to the next machine there for the inside shape, which works the same. We'll also make a copy from the model. And then afterwards we need to dry the shoe. Slowly drying process, 4 weeks. Out of the sun in the wind, otherwise the shoe might crack if it dries too fast. And then after it has dried, we polish it on a sandpaper belt, and then we can paint them, but we don't have to because like they are waterproof. Well, show you how it works. Makes a little bit of noise. First part. And then after that, they cut off the 2 remaining pieces, but we leave it as a pen stand, which I'm going to give away to you as a present.
Thank you.
You are. We'll write your name on it later on. Thank you. Yeah, inside. Well, this is a little story about how cheese was made, how wooden shoes were made, so you know almost all of my secrets now. But what you don't know is how our cheese tastes, how our shoes walk. And especially for you, we got a little glass of fruit wine, very special fruit wine, because if you drink 2 glasses, you'll be able to understand Dutch. After half a bottle, you even speak Dutch. And after a whole bottle, double Dutch. Right, well, I suggest you have a look around. Please try our cheese, try the shoes. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a nice time. Please come